Hello, this is Tanya from My Holistic PT. Thank you again for joining me. My website is still underway with being launched, and so when it actually is, I'll let you guys know. I'm very excited about how it's coming along with some of the online courses that I'm preparing for all of you guys or friends and family. In the meantime, what I want to do is I actually want to tell you a little story about a patient, and you might be able to familiarize a little bit with some aspects of this patient's history. And I'm just going to paint the picture of her history and her family's history right now. And then when I come back for another session, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tell you some of the steps that she went through in part of her treatment process to where she is now. So we're all a work in progress, right? But we all have to start somewhere. So her name is Shoshana for privacy's sake. She's a 48-year-old woman. She has a sister who is 4 years younger than her and a brother who's 10 years younger. Her father is Puerto Rican. He was in the military, and he met her mother in Germany, and that's where they were married. Somewhere along the line, when she was 5 years old, she was molested by her dad, and then her mother and her father basically they split. Her mother since then was in the States, and she remarried, and then her sister, her younger sister, ended up being raped at the age of 14 by her stepfather. Since then, her mother has left that father and is no longer actually seeing anyone at all right now. Shoshana, I'm referring back to my notes. She has since been diagnosed with irritable bowel disease, anxiety disorder, general anxiety disorder, high blood pressure, diabetes mellitus, high cholesterol, and Hashimoto's. Her younger sister joined the military, and at some point in time after that, she was a victim of military sexual assault and was medically discharged after that. And while she was in the military, on leave in the field, as they say, she actually contracted Lyme disease from a tick bite in the woods. The younger brother, he actually lived a fairly normal life up to this point, no past medical history to be acknowledged, but they also said that the brother doesn't really go to the doctors that often, and he has a BMI of more than 35, so he's on the obese side. So Shoshana came to me as a person wanting to have physical therapy because she had different pains, especially back, lumbosacral pain, but at times would have issues with her hips and her knees and her feet and ankles sometimes. And sometimes if you have been to physical therapy, you know that a lot of times when you go to physical therapy, you basically just get the evaluation and diagnosis of just that one particular body part that you initially complained of to your doctor. So in looking at some of the history with what was going on with her, I knew that there was a lot more to her pain than just some random lumbar strain. So what I decided to do was kind of take her on and try to coach her through some things, and talk about different things like dietary strategies, mental health, as well as her spiritual health. So I'm not going to give away too much right now because I want to be able to gather all of my other notes together so I can share that with you guys next time. But what I would like for you guys to do is, with the information that I just gave you about Shoshana, think about either your past medical history, think about your past life in your childhood and growing up, think about some of the previous traumas that you might have gone through as well that could potentially manifest itself with issues like, do you have Crohn's disease? Do you have irritable bowel syndrome? Do you have anxiety issues? Do you have depression? There's a lot of things that you might have, and I want you to think about some things that you might have gone through as a child, or even think about some of your friends and family that have had some things going on in their childhood or adolescent stage, in life and see if maybe they might actually have some physiological problems that are presenting itself today in adulthood. And if you want, you can either comment below, like this message. You could also reach me at My Holistic PT on Facebook, and you can shoot me a message privately if you like to there, and then we can see what all is going on, and I'll use some of your comments for the next video that I come up with. Thank you so much for watching again, and then I'll see you again next week.